What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the final hunting boot camp of the off season. That's right, we are so close to hunting season, only a week away now, and then we'll be out chasing some doves, some teal and whatnot. But before that, you want to scout, you want to have a place to go, you want to make sure the birds are there. So that is what I'm doing today. I'm going to take you on the road with me as I go around and scout out for teal. Hopefully we can see some teal, maybe some doves. Before you even get to this point though, you're going to have to do some research. You're going to have to get on your computer, look at some maps, and you're going to have to find areas that you might have the potential to hunt. Now, this means public or private, and if it's private, obviously you need to ask for permission as well. But narrow down some places to hunt, mark them down on a map, go and then drive out to those places. That is what I'm doing today. I've found some places on like Google Maps, and now I'm going to drive out and look at them, see what they look like before the season. Now granted, we're still 2 weeks away from teal season here in Nebraska, so a lot could change between now and then. We could get more rain that could raise the levels of them. The teal could push out, more teal could push in. You never know what's going to happen, but you know, you just want to kind of keep check. I have time, so that's why I'm doing it today. But you're going to want to look for those shallow wetland areas, marshes, maybe mud flats along a river, little shallow river channels, tailwaters on big lakes or ponds, stuff like that. That's where the teal are going to congregate, and we're going to go look at some of those today. All right, so here I am, one of the potential spots to hunt. As you can see, there's a sign right there. It says hunting permitted. That's what you want to see. You hunt public land, obviously. So hunting is allowed here. You can see this is a lot of native grass, probably good little area for pheasants too. Might have to try that, but just from looking on maps, there should be a pretty good puddle of water on the other side. And it looks like right here, you can see down through here, you got wetland vegetation. So this area is wet too, but it's all choked out, so nothing's gonna really land on that. But we'll get a closer look, see what the puddle part looks like. So I guess I'll show you guys some of the plants that kind of indicate wetter areas and that teal might like to feed on. The main one right here, there's not a lot of it throughout here. Well, you can see there's some out here. This is smartweed. This is what teal really like to feed on. And, you know, it depends on the area. Whatever's available, the teal are going to feed on. But this smartweed, it loves a lot of water. It can withstand being submerged depending on the species. And then this brown stuff that you guys see right here, that is dock, and that also is another wetland loving plant. And you see this grass here, like this stuff right here. This grows in a lot of wet areas out here in Nebraska, and it's either Johnson or barnyard grass. I can't remember which one, I was getting confused, but all these plants are indicators that, you know, this is a wetter area. And so on drier years, if you see these plants, that means probably in the wetter years it's going to hold water. This year is a really wet year, so it's kind of surprising there isn't water out here right now. But the main puddle is on the backside from the maps I was looking at, so we'll keep walking. But like I was saying, teal love that smartweed. They absolutely love it. If you find some of that and it's submerged to the point where they can just swim around and pick on it, it's probably going to be a really good spot. There's some other types of vegetation they like to hide into and eat on. And then they'll really like those exposed mud flats, which we're probably not going to have a lot of those here in Nebraska, just because, you know, it keeps raining. So other places where it rained or flooded earlier this year and then kind of settled down, you might find those, but probably not out here this year. So here we are. You can see the water here. If you look really closely, about where my finger is right there, there's a ton of teal or some kind of ducks sitting there. I'm gonna guess they're teal. There's probably some mallards and pintails in there too. I've just been noticing a few of those around the region too, but you might be able to see them flying. So there's a few ducks around, but there's some teal here. So this spot looks pretty good. Oh, there you go. So you can see a lot of mallards in that. So another thing you're gonna want to look for when you're scouting, actually, you know, boots on the ground, is you're gonna want to look for potential hides, because you might have the best spot, but if you stick out, you're probably not gonna get as many birds in as you could have. So here we've got some taller grass we can hide in. There's some trees up there. I'm gonna take a look and see what those look like, but that's another potential hide. Just something to break up your form. And you know, at the very least, you can lay out blinds or A-frames. There's a whole bunch of different stuff you can do. A lot of mallards still. A few teal. Another thing to look for when you're scouting, and if you're scouting midday like I am, now there are some ducks out here, but look for sign of the duck. So you can see there's feathers, you can see there's tracks, so that means some kind of duck or waterfowl is using this area. So keep an eye out for that stuff. Also, your timing that you go out is going to matter too. So you know, teal are going to be more active in the morning and very late afternoon, like right before dusk. So go out at those times if you can, and you'll see where those birds are going to rest and where they're flying to in the morning. So that's pretty much all there is to scouting. You do your research on the computer beforehand, find out places you want to go, and then you just go out to them and you walk around, take some binos with you, and you look for places where you can hide. You look for places where the ducks are, if there's ducks out there. So like today, the ducks are all along this kind of bare bank. Are they gonna be like that in a couple weeks? I don't know, we'll find out. But probably, you know, worth keeping in the back of your head that, hey, this is where they were. So we probably could have pretty good luck if we set up in this area. The only other thing is get permission from property owners if it's on private ground, and that's really all there is. But keep going out and scouting. Just because there's ducks here today doesn't mean they're still going to be here in 2 weeks or 4 weeks or, you know, whenever. Doesn't mean that this water won't dry up. Doesn't mean that it won't go back up because we keep getting rain. You know, you never know. So keep scouting, especially scout as close as you can to the season, because that will be the most accurate information you can get. Is going out there the night before or a day or two before. If you see the birds, throw your decoys opening morning where those birds were, depending on the conditions. If it's really windy or stormy or something, take that into mind too. But it's really not too much to scouting. But that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave me a thumbs up. Always helps me out. Drop a comment, let me know what your thoughts were, guys. Last hunting boot camp of the year, unless I decide to do like a special one or something. These will be back next off season. But let me know what you guys thought of this whole series throughout this, you know, the summer, the off season. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you can stay up to date with the latest hunting and fishing exploits, as well as more hunting tips and tricks videos, cooking videos, all that good stuff. And we will catch you out there, guys. See ya.